Dear participants, the Solco W Tromp Foundation has been a partner of the annual meetings of the EMS for many years. Our foundation was founded in 1968, and it is our goal to stimulate research in the area of biometeorology. More specific, we want to contribute to better insight in the impact of the atmosphere on living beings. We aim to realize this through various instruments. We give financial support to promising scientists to enable them to visit conferences like the yearly EMS meeting. We grant special awards to senior scientists to show our recognition for their achievements in the field of biometeorology. And also we support workshops and seminars that emphasize the importance of biometeorology. Also this year in Ljubljana, we will give our support to the EMS annual meeting along these lines. And of course, we are very proud that our esteemed board member, Tanja Jeknar, has been in charge of the organization of this year's event. I hope you will visit our website, www.trompfoundation.org, to learn more about our activities. And even better, spread the word that we are always searching for scientists whom we can support or award, as mentioned earlier. Let me finish with expressing my trust that you will all benefit from being in the beautiful city of Ljubljana, learning about meteorology and sharing best practices with other fellow scientists. All in all, I hope you will have a really great time in every sense of the word. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Georgios Nikolaou. I have been working since 2005 in the Land and Water Use section of the Department of Agriculture in Cyprus. I have a lot of interest in irrigation, water management and greenhouse technologies. I complete my doctoral studies at the University of Thessaly in the Laboratory of Agricultural Constructions and Environmental Control, where I am still affiliated. I am truly honored to receive the EMS Tromp Award for an outstanding achievement in biometeorology and have the opportunity to present and discuss to the 2025 annual meeting. I look forward to interacting with fellow professionals, sharing ideas and learning from innovative approaches in agriculture and water management. Greenhouses in the Mediterranean are often concentrated in relatively small agricultural areas, often associated with environmental pollution-related problems. The United Nations Agenda for Adaptation to Climate Change and Sustainable Development promotes circular economy principles and zero pollution. Considering this, we recognize that greenhouse cultivation in the Mediterranean region faces unique challenges. Greenhouses are also considered as a mitigation measure to combat climate change and as a sustainable production system. However, energy used for cooling and irrigation represents one of the main sources of energy consumption. The challenge in the Mediterranean greenhouses is to increase energy and water efficiency in a sustainable manner under recent environmental conditions. This can be achieved through the introduction of novel technologies as well as the incorporation of renewable energy sources and the development of smart energy management algorithms. The paper titled Design of TETHYS a greenhouse plant smart water harvesting and air cleaning system was awarded for outstanding achievement in biometeorology. The name TETHYS is inspired by Greek mythology, where Tethys was the Titan goddess of the primal source of fresh water that nourishes the earth. It was published in 2024 in the Euro-Mediterranean Journal for Environmental Integration. The objective was to develop a multi-scale greenhouse model based on the speaking plant approach and to propose a plant smart water harvesting using a desiccant wheel and air cleaning system aimed at minimizing the outflow of airborne chemical pollutants from Mediterranean-type greenhouses. TETHYS is expected to have a large impact in locations where the supply of low-cost heat or electricity is particularly expensive and in water-scarce regions. Considering TETHYS advantages over programmable greenhouse climate time-based controller devices, it is a powerful green tool that can be used in greenhouses. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my advisor, Professor Konstantinos Kidas of the University of Thessaly, a leading expert in agricultural constructions and greenhouse environments. His guidance was truly catalytic in shaping my understanding of greenhouse climate dynamics, and his mentorship has played a key role in my professional development. I am looking forward to attending the 2025 annual meeting of the European Meteorological Society in Ljubljana in order to discuss further about TETHYS.
Hi, my name is Vladimir, and I hold a master's degree of molecular biology and physiology with special interest in immunology, and I currently work as a freelance researcher focusing on environmental epidemiology, and often I like to describe myself as both a problem solver and a system thinker. And the problem our research is trying to address is the changing dynamic of seasonal phenomena such as the influenza epidemic due to climate change. And while the influenza epidemic does showcase some consistent seasonal patterns, it is still deeply influenced by both complex meteorological and sociological factors, amongst others, which are all altered by climate change. That is why instead of focusing on just one singular factor, we tried to define a seasonal transition in a specific way and see how it could potentially modify the transmission of influenza in a more systematic and complex way. That is why we opted to using a recently proposed metric, the Novel Seasonality Index, to define a season in a more meaningful and meteorologically grounded way. By doing this, we found some very strong correlations between the index and the infection rates obtained from weekly data surveillance methods from different climate zones. And we also found strong alignment between the dominant timescales on the frequency spectrum of influenza epidemic and the duration of winter season as proposed by the index. Right now, we are looking to build up on this optimistic initial research and to try and adapt to a world where the historical seasonal patterns are becoming less reliable and consistent, and also to scarcity of trustworthy data sources. I'm thankful and thrilled to be able to present at this year's annual EMS conference, and from the bottom of my heart, I am thankful to the Tromp Foundation for sponsoring the young scientists, such as myself, with this travel award. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Jakobsen and I'm a current master's student studying climate science at the University of Bern in Bern, Switzerland. I'll be presenting my master's thesis, determining the historical and future impacts of the excess water limitation on winter wheat yields in Switzerland at the 2025 EMS annual meeting. It's so important that we're able to understand the impacts of climate change that has on our agriculture to prepare our food systems and avoid malnutrition. My research combines atmospheric science with agriculture in the context of risk assessment. The overall goal of my project is to explore the relationship between changes in weather patterns and agricultural yields. To do this, I'm using historical climate reconstructions going back to the year 1763 and previous winter wheat harvest records for Switzerland to calibrate the Python crop simulation environment model. Using the historical climate data and previous harvest yields, I'll calibrate the crop model so that output yield matches historical yields for Switzerland. I will then use the calibrated crop model to run simulations using weather data that correspond to representative concentration pathways 2.6, 4.5, and 8.5 to see if winter wheat harvest yields will change in Switzerland between the years 2020 and 2100, specifically in the context of changes in rainfall. This part of the project will determine future changes to winter wheat harvest yields in Switzerland under various emissions scenarios. I'm so grateful for the Tromp Foundation for selecting me in my research for the Travel Award for Young Scientists to attend EMS 2025. I'm looking forward to presenting my research and getting some valuable feedback from other attendees and also to meet my fellow grant recipients. See you soon!
Hi everyone, my name is Carla Mateus and I'm an assistant professor in geography department at Maynooth University in Ireland. I do research in historical climatology, climate change and extreme weather events. In addition, I love doing outreach, science communication and public engagement. I'm delighted to receive the Tromp Foundation Travel Award for Young Scientists to present my research on impacts of heat waves and cold waves in Ireland, derived from documentary source at the European Meteorological Society annual meeting this year in Ljubljana. There has been a significant increase in air temperatures and warming of extreme air temperature indices in Ireland. This research will present the most detailed qualitative analysis of documentary source to assess the impacts of heat waves and cold waves in Ireland, filling a key gap in climate research. Documentary sources associated with instrumental data are crucial in characterizing past extreme air temperature events in terms of frequency, intensity, duration, geographical distribution, and associated environmental and socioeconomic impacts in great detail. This database will be an open access tool available to stakeholders and policymakers in Ireland and essential to support climate action, adaptation and mitigation policies to reduce vulnerability and increase resilience to future extreme air temperature events in the context of changing climate. I'll be presenting this research at the Paleoclimatology and Historical Climatology session. Thanks again to Tromp Foundation for this travel award. Do you want to know more about this work? I hope to see you at the EMS annual meeting. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Xenia Lorenz. I'm studying at my bachelor in meteorology at the University of Cologne in Germany. I am incredibly honored to receive this year's Tromp Foundation Young Scientists Award for the 26th EMS annual meeting in Ljubljana in Slovenia. At this meeting, I will present my own research about urban meteorology and, to be precise, about how urban green infrastructures and also urban design strategies can help to mitigate local heating and pollutions. This topic is becoming increasingly important because more than 60% of Earth's population is estimated to live in cities in 2050, and hence more and more people are suffering from the changes due to climate change and also local heating and air pollution, with already 7 million people dying each year. My own thesis, which I'll be presenting, focuses on urban green infrastructures and how they can be used to mitigate or to reduce local heating and air pollution in a street canyon in Marconi Street in Bologna in Italy. I did this using the so-called EnviMet microclimatic simulation tool, which is a software to simulate urban microclimates. Again, thank you very much to the Tromp Foundation to offer these awards for young scientists. I am very excited to meet you all in Ljubljana and to just learn from each other and from the EMS community. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Andrea Novaro. I'm a PhD student in the PhD National Program on Sustainable Development and Climate Change, and I'm currently working at the University of Torino in the Department of Medical Science. My research focuses on the effect of climate change on human health, and more specifically on the long-term impacts. In my presentation, I will discuss the effect of cumulative exposure to extreme climatic events to the children's respiratory health. The study uses the data of NIFEA, it's an Italian birth cohort. The exposure are reconstructed using the residential history of the participant, allowing me to create a sort of climatic timeline for each individual, which is then analyzed using climatic indices and different definition of extreme events. But no more spoiler, I will tell you more at the EMS 2025. Last but not least, I would like to thank the Tromp Foundation for the Travel Award and the opportunity to attend and meet all of you. See you soon.